I checked my community posts page uh, to look at my poll. Anybody voted? I didn't see any votes, so I'm just gonna boil my cold water hot, and when it's ready, decide if I'm having a hot coffee and or a hot tea. All right, I'll be right back with my health update. Hopefully by then I'll see some numbers of people watching this live stream. And while the cold water is boiling hot, I can finish my ginger ale. Anti-nauseant and anti-inflammatory. My knee, my wrists, my ankles. It's mostly as an anti-inflammatory, although I do use it as an anti-nauseant, especially when I'm traveling lots and I'm doing lots of vehicle traveling. I don't like motion, and most all others recently witnessed that, and I could get motion sickness, I could get migraines, etc. So I'll be back telling you what happened to me yesterday, which was really rather disgusting. My hair's looking really beautiful right now since I washed it. I got all that vomit out my hair. Oh, that was. I should laugh because it was a life and death situation. Although I think it's. And one of the nurses there was very kind and or very nice because I couldn't wash my hair and I just felt awful. So I asked, "Do you have an elastic band?" Seriously, anything, elastic band that's clean, and hygienic, like. And she went to look. So she took a lot of time to, and then she did. She gave me one. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst, but got the vomited hair out my face. Could I have got a razor? I probably would have shaved my head bald. That's how gross it was. It was that disgusting. Whatever it is, I upchucked. And I had some. I like to keep a small one of these with me almost all the time because when I'm not, the slightest indigestion, burp, or anything, I like to have ginger. And this is one of my favorite ways. I know there's calories. I know it's not diet. And do I not finish this all tonight before my next hot beverage? I'll finish it either later and or tomorrow. Hi, I'm your biggest fan. Oh, thank you. Be right back. Kettle cookers, line, stovetop. Are you sick still? I'm gonna have vanilla chai tea. I want London fog, but I don't know how to make it. Excuse me. So, I ate something like this today, a single serving of, an individual sized. I put together portion control, something to snack on, some rice crackers, some salted top crackers, and some cashew nuts. And I did not upchuck these. I did not vomit. Okay. And then I continued on with my eating today. I ate the rice crackers, then I had my soup. And then I ate my salted top crackers, and I had a quarter of a bagel. And then before after that, I ate my cashews. And then I ate my baked potato and condiments. Nothing, and I felt a little bit nauseated, although I haven't vomited. So I'm a stickler for documentation, right? I don't like to lie myself very often, if ever. And I got my documents here. So the diagnosis, reason for visit, synocaupal, pre-synocaupal. I collapsed where I was sitting. I was sweating, I was shaking. I did not feel well. I knew I was going to go down. So I told the other people around me, I need help. I'm going down. I can't sit here any longer. I need to lie down. So I collapsed onto that floor. And I was in and out of, I wasn't fully unconscious. I could hear lots, although I couldn't see. My eyes were closed. And eventually the vomiting began. And I got all mostly on my left side. I got all over my hair. And I couldn't stop. And then I fainted more. And maybe it was just too soon me going out more. Influenza type A virus, February 23 and 24 this year. Maybe it was just too soon. And very same like symptoms. Very same like symptoms. Yep, the hospital doctor wrote it down as, well, documented it down as diagnosis fainting. I don't understand how that is. Nobody else will too, Barry, because all my witnesses there. I didn't just faint, I vomited. But then there's pre-synocaupal on my health record too, so. And I'm being referred to a cardiologist once more because I have sinus bradycardia and I have low blood pressure, which could have also contributed to the dizziness. So I know I could have died. Paramedics came somehow or other, and I was taken away to that and then the hospital. And here I am, eating and drinking as if nothing happened, almost. The only food missing is some vegetable and protein, other than the vegetable, the root vegetable I ate. Although I had some chickpeas and sweet potato lunchtime. So tomorrow, hopefully, I'm going to be snacking on this sometime or other. Looks like lots of food, although it's like less than 1,000 calories. Less than 1,100 calories in this. I never think it could be, but it is. And I'm going to have soup. Of course, I'm going to try and have cream of mushroom soup. And then after that, I'm going to have some fruit. 1 or more strawberries, raw, new. And maybe half a bagel. Like the bottom half I didn't eat today. And some cream cheese. Have at least one strawberry. That's what my goals are. That's pretty good. Unless I vomit again, then I'm just going to be having another one of these or going back to the hospital. Because my mom, I remember her saying when I was fainting with influenza type A virus, I didn't know it was influenza type A virus. Serious as it was. And eventually she got me to the hospital because I fainted. And then I fainted March 18 at night. Ooh, that was a doozy of a faint. I didn't fall, I just fainted. And that happened. But this time it was very dizzy. That happened to me in July. Felt like something hit my chest and it was dizzy. But my cat was alive then. And influenza type A, I mean, it's like, remember, it's not likable, but although, remember in the 60s and 70s, the word rabies? That's what it sort of felt like. And when I did my research and I read up on it, it was, it can be from animals, mammals, avian to humans. That's sort of like rabies. That's not sort of like, it's sort of the same as rabies, only it's contagious. And I don't remember, is rabies contagious? Or rabies contagious? Could a human get rabies and give it to somebody else? I don't remember being airborne or anything, but it just reminded me of that. And I don't blame my cat, because my cat got sick too. And I didn't give it to my cat. We didn't give it to my cat. My cat got it from someone. He had his babysitters, his veterinarians, his grooming, his healthcare team, allegedly professionals, probable, actual, actual, and you know, and since he's always been since 2018, he was an apartment dweller of a cat. And then, what was it, 2019 or whatever, COVID and all that, and influenza and everything, it was such a big misunderstood ordeal on and off internet, Wi-Fi, social media, everywhere public, and not everybody likes cats. I don't understand why. I mean, I can understand being afraid of a cat, but I cannot understand a hater wanting to harm any fur baby. And in January, I had to have my cat euthanized because my cat was too ill. He was already gravely ill, and then all that haters, and then all those haters, and then he just got sicker and sicker he just had to be euthanized. I kept trying and trying, hopeful that his heart would have gave out, because it gave out before, and I brought him back with CPR. And at that time, he just didn't go in that unconscious state again more. And I took him to the vet. He didn't have long to live. He was prone to cancer, and he had fluid. We tried to get rid of some of the fluid without surgery while waiting, because he was having difficulty breathing on his own. And I made the decision, and I have been completely and utterly bored. I had to clean up everything. And then just sit around. When I had to stoop and scoop litter boxes and clean up his sick, I didn't know I'd appreciated all that time doing all that. And then all his itchy bum syndrome, irritable bowel syndrome stuff, maybe colitis. And I had to give him his treatments and everything. And I tried to do it with latex gloves, but I don't know. I don't remember if I'm allergic to latex, but I didn't feel good wearing it. Not even when I had the influenza type A. And I didn't get it from his bum. I didn't get it from any animals I've ever had. Although there was a store that we hadn't been to. I had deja vu kind of store. We bought rotisserie, like barbecue chicken, from there. And that's around the time I started to really get ill. Because I was trying to think of it yesterday, and I was trying to figure out, because my doctor actually in the ER thought he told me it might be food poisoning. And I was trying to put it as far back as when I could figure out when I didn't feel well. And I'm like, I didn't eat anything except some potato chips. And I had a tea. I'm like, I don't understand, because I've been eating new food, and I haven't been, The only thing I ate that was different in my diet were some pickles. So I'm not eating those pickles anymore. So I was trying to figure it all out. And I was like, that's as far back as I could go. And I was at somebody's home as a guest. and she's allegedly had COVID like 4 times. So I don't know if that was in the air or the food. Was it breathed on or whatever? I don't know. It could have got from one of her neighbors. I don't know. All the hysteria about it reminded me years ago when I did my research of AIDS, HIV, influenza, and then influenza type A in the 1918s, or the mid 19 before 1920, and all the paranoia that went along with it. Everybody was so frightened of getting, and yet the majority of humans have survived all that. So another outbreak of something or other could happen, uh, and most every human will survive it. Uh, I was vaccinated, COVID-19, SARS, so those vaccines, and I never had good luck with them. I've always been not healthy as I was earlier, and influenza vaccines, and my health is slightly deteriorated since 2006. This injury too, that accident happened to me when I was cooking, like I was preparing foods to put somewhere to cook, and I was like, I never very well recovered from that. And I know I was going to be different, not exactly the same as I was before it all happened. Influenza type A. Some people have said, oh, get another. Children told me, get another one. And, I like to save animals, It's just awkward not being able to give housing, not to all of them, because I'd like to save more, And I was like, I don't know. And some are saying, no, maybe wait, see how you do without. See how I do without. I've been in and out of hospital 3 times already. Well, wait any much longer, I might be dead. Before I can have more of that kind of TLC. That only a cat. I mean, not only a cat. I mean, there's other animals that do it too. They're domestic. I mean, were I in one of my previous houses that we owned, I would have been out in my backyard enjoying myself without care in the world. I mean, influenza. Even today when we brought in my mom and I our groceries, I wore a face covering because influenza. I did wear one out the hospital, but went around here for about a little while because I was going out in more public area, residential private property. But once my front door is a common area, so just in case even one of my haters were to walk by, I didn't want to give them any influenza. I've been washing myself constantly, etc. I washed my hairs. I want to make sure that nobody, not even my mom, in my plants, my mom plant, we don't want it. So influenza type A. It's the same sort of symptoms. I just maybe went out too soon. I don't know what it was. It was something I ate, maybe. I've had it for so long, I don't know. I just know February 23, I did not feel well. But then I had a sick cat, and I mentioned it to my doctors. And I'm not going to try to, I don't want to hurt any animals or anything, but my cat had blood in his urine, and his last day he peed blood all over me, and I had to go have a shower fast. Right, Mom?
What?
Before we took my cat to the vet, I had to have a shower because he peed all over me.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to hear all that again.
No, I'm telling
That's
my audience.
News. That's old news.
And yesterday, the staff there, my ex-co-workers, they were really good at getting me an ambulance.
Oh, yeah, they were very good. They were all very kind.
Yes, and then the paramedics and the hospital. And you were with me most of the time. I think you were afraid I was going to die.
Eh?
You were afraid I was going to die.
You were just threw up.
No, you were frightened because you wouldn't leave my side.
I was, because you were sick.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were going to die.
Well, I felt like I could have died.
No,
and I'm getting sent to cardiologist, and I'm getting sent for heart tests, ECG.
Because they had to, because you were telling them about your pains in your chest.
Chest,
Yeah, well, if you got pains in your
yeah.
chest, they have to
But
test your
upon
heart.
all investigation there, including the ECGs they gave me, they discovered the sinus bradycardia was in the 50s again, which is not the normal range, and my blood pressure was very low. So I was just telling my audience all about it all.
Okay.
Just giving them an update. No, it's too early to take your nighttime pills.
Isn't it 9:30?
I don't know. It's still too early.
I haven't got bed.
Not yet. You have to have your tea first, then take
Are
those.
you making tea?
Yeah, the kettle's on. I'm just waiting for it to
Okay,
whistle.
well.
So it's just,
Give me
yeah, and then I'm going to finish this when it was wet whistling, and then I'm going to turn it off. I was just giving them an update to let them know I'm alive.
Well, I don't like this plug in. Should always take it out. If there's nothing hooked on the other end. I'll leave it here.
Thank you. Oh, you don't have to go further. Whistling kettles begin to whistle. Our kettle's going to whistle.
Yeah. Oh.
So that's pretty much it. So I'm taking care of myself, and I might do another live stream. Yeah, my cat was really ill. It was really gross the last day. Then I had to come home and clean up even more. It wasn't my cat's fault. I don't blame my cat. I just know he wasn't well, and I didn't expect myself to get as sick, but I didn't get sick because I had symptoms before my cat died, and I was told by some doctors it was sinus bradycardia. Not sinus bradycardia. It was tinnitus. It was just an allergy. It was just an allergy. And then I got sick since he died with sinus influenza type A virus. So I'm going to get that hot beverage now. The thing I liked about the gravel, the medication, the anti-nausea, when I was finished taking the nurses came to check me out, discharge me, that is. I could hardly speak. I didn't sound like this one little bit. I was so disoriented and slurring. I was on a happy high. I didn't feel nauseated. I was just, yeah, I can go. And I was eating mints and candies because my mouth tasted awful. So I was like, just totally away with the fairies. How many calories are you eating daily? I only eat 600. Yes, humans can get rabies. Hi. Hello. Yeah, no, I don't count. Well, I usually eat lots of calories because I used to be very active. But this isn't even like 1,100 calories. So there's hardly anything in here. It looks lots, but it's not. It's healthy, kind of. I like rice, but I don't eat it in one sitting. This is like for all day. And a soup and bagel, half a bagel and some cream cheese and some strawberries. That's not a lot of calories tomorrow. Today all I ate, baked potato, condiments, quarter bagel piece, soup, same size serving. I did not eat lots. And so far so good. What was your favorite sport when you were in high school? Oh, I don't remember. That's too long ago. I'm 56 years old now. That's too many years ago. Maybe track and field or something? I don't know. Swimming? I don't know. I don't know. And yes. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I did some physiotherapy exercises today I was supposed to do. I just wonder, you know how I took those these made me nauseated. Pain relievers, anti-inflammatories. Finished those eventually. Got some back with it, and I've had this before and it did not agree with me, so I'm just wondering if some of that has something to do with my nausea. to have. What I want, but yeah. But I didn't do normal athletics, so not well. That's my knee, my knees, ankles, my knees, my wrists, my hands, my neck. That's all the. I have sheets of it. 56, you're so young, yes. I've got my tea now. I decided to have tea because I couldn't find an answer on my community post about what to have with you tonight. So that's pretty much it, really. Because ginger and tea kind of go together more than ginger and coffee. I don't know what else to talk about, really. Just that's been. I mean, I was having fun. My lunch was good yesterday. Everything was going really good. We were having fun, and then all of a sudden, I just fainted and vomited and fainted more. And I came home and I put a towel on my pillow and I just lay there because I couldn't do anything. I was too medicated and I was too tired. So, and then later on today, I decided to wash my hairs. It was an effort, but I could bend my head forward more than I could put it back. So that was good. So I got that all washed up my hairs. And then I brushed it. And then I brushed more after I towel dried. Looks good. It feels good. It smells good. Oh, what a difference. Maybe the pain med made you nod off. I don't know if it was the pain med because they told me it was just 2 extra strength Tylenol, so that didn't last long. I think it was more like the anti-nauseants made me nod off. And a happy sleep. And I haven't done much except video making so I could show and tell because I was getting to this to tomorrow. I'm probably going to take a day off. Maybe I'll do a what I eat during the day video. But I'm not doing any live streaming or anything. I just want to show my documents. I'm not lying. I was really in hospital, physically not well, and it was nothing else. Because a lot of haters accused me of all sorts while they were hating and harassments and bullying and all that awful discriminatory, prejudging, prejudicing, bigotry, racist stuff, internet trolling, stalking, and once more, the doctors didn't, the staffs, the paramedics, and the doctors, nobody saw it as such. I don't know when I was unconscious, fainted, but when I was alert, I didn't hear anybody very mentioned mental health. And that made me happy. Was anyone that mentioned mental health about and about me, they should have gotten reprimanded, fired at least, because that shouldn't be allowed. That's totally prejudging and prejudicing and discriminatory and bigotry and all that, you know. Oh, maybe either way. Thanks, gosh, you're okay, and you didn't die. Yeah, I know it. I cried a little bit when I came home. Religion, a lot of people lied it was rituals and obsessive compulsive and delusional and all that. Yeah, I believe. I don't pray a lot. I don't go to church lots. I sometimes do. I am religious and I'm not going to stop being religious. I was religious even when I didn't know I was religious when I was younger. I was religious. I'm more religious now because other people have died and it's just, others have died and I just believe in funerals, ashes to ashes, dust to dust sort of thing, and saying goodbye. So when I needed help, I clung to myself, and I was trying to, remember in between vomiting and everything, before, during, and since. I was like, oh God, help me. Survive it. I'll not drop, not. So here I am once more. So I'm gonna get my mom her hot beverage, and see what I eat tomorrow. I don't know if I'll upload it tomorrow night or Monday, and I might try and do a meatless Monday. On Monday, I could have some salad. I'm hopeful. I could eat maybe some tomato and onion salad. I don't have any fresh herbs. I could eat tomato and onion and something like this once more. And although I don't know that all the crackers in there are meatless, but I'm not eating any actual meat like bacon or steak or beef or pork of any kinds, any types. I'm not eating chicken. I'm not eating rotisserie. I'm not eating chicken for a very long time. I got completely taken off of that. I don't want to eat turkey and chickens. No offense intended, because I'm sure there's some really awesome, really good butchers and farmers out there, although not anymore as of now. Although, you know, you never know where I could have got it off of a fruit, a vegetable, a nut. I don't anything public. I could have got it off of a neighbor's pet. I could have got it off of gardening outside. Uh, you know, could have got it off somebody being in my home, including somebody's bare feet and my cat's paws floor. So it really upset me, and I don't know. So I'm trying to take it easy tomorrow home. Maybe not. I am isolating myself from others. And when I'm out and about, I do wear a face covering because it's influenza. And I don't want to give it to anybody. Yeah. So right now, see, this is what my mom and I have agreed to. I'm joking with, why are you going away and because she does, we're trying to keep ourselves. And whatever I had, that's influenza, doesn't like cold beverages. It doesn't like hot beverages. It hates hot beverages more than room temperature and cold. This makes me feel better. Even just to smell it makes me feel lots better. Cheers. Beauty sip. Okay, then thank God. I was going to say that first, but didn't want to rush. Anyways, most other people probably sit in front of you all crying and sobbing, rambling on. Not me. I'm going to go now. Thank you for watching. Hope you like my video tomorrow. Use the like button, leave a like. Likes. Thank you. Good night. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Be kind to all, everyone, everywhere.